Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Ramona Park. We have a host of folks that are going to be speaking to you today. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up 9th District Councilman and Long Beach Vice Mayor Rex Richardson.
Good morning. Thank you, Matthew, my chief of staff. We're here for some good news this morning. After significant budget season, and after years and years of advocacy, we have some great news for the neighbors of the Ramona Park area. I'm going to invite some speakers up to give some remarks, but before we do, I just want to acknowledge some of the neighborhood leaders that we have here. I see Dale Lauterbach with the Ramona Park neighborhood. I see Eileen Oyen with St. Francis neighborhood. I see Juanita Dopplemore with the Collins neighborhood. All the neighborhood leaders. Let's hear a round of applause for our neighborhood association presidents who are here. Thank you very much. And we're going to hear from our mayor, our speaker and local assembly member, and our Parks and Rec director. And so without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up. It's your turn. It's your turn. So without further ado, you're gonna see what we're gonna announce. But without further ado, let's hear from Mayor Robert Garcia.
I was too excited about just chatting with the speaker over here. Just want to first just thank Vice Mayor Richardson for his great advocacy always for the neighborhood and for the park. Ramona Park is one of our most northern parks. It's got to be not the most northern, but it's got to be close to the most northern park we have in the city. And already, of course, he's talked about a lot of plans for the park, for adding aquatic elements and really bringing the community in more and more to use this amazing space. But we're really here to just celebrate and just give a big thank you to Speaker Rendon. Speaker Rendon is not just a speaker, he also represents in the assembly North Long Beach, and I want to thank him for his support. This is going to be a $1.5 million addition. It's going to be an incredibly large, complex, beautiful, exciting playground. We have some of these big playgrounds across the city, and it's really going to change this incredible park for even more opportunities for kids to come and play and enjoy. We're also excited that this will be, Brett, I think maybe the 10th or 11th playground we've done in just the last couple of years that we've been replacing and redoing all across the city. I know that this would not be possible if it wasn't directly for the speaker's request to make this park and this playground possible. So to the speaker, just thank you very much on behalf of the whole city, but especially I know on behalf of the residents of North Long Beach. We're just very, very, very grateful. And also want to just, again, thank you, Vice Mayor. I also know that you're very active and always asking for money and resources, so we really, really appreciate that. So to the speaker and your staff, finally, thank you not just for this park, but for representing the city in every single way and the state in every single way as it relates to healthcare, to access and equal opportunities for women, for for working people, and most importantly, just to ensure that we have beautiful green and park spaces for all of our kids. And I know that you and Annie enjoy bringing your newest baby here, your little one, first little one, to many of our parks in Long Beach. So we really appreciate that. So, thank you.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Mayor Garcia. He's been an incredible champion for North Long Beach and for children. So before we introduce the speaker, just a little bit of context. This area, the speaker is our assembly member. He's very incredibly accessible. I remember when he first took office and I first took office, we talked about a number of things, and it's great to see a lot of those things take place. From the Michelle Obama Library to the Doris Topsy Elvert Community Center, investments into the river, the DeForest Wetlands, the Environmental Stewardship Center. All these things have truly happened, and they wouldn't have happened without real leadership and partnership with our local assembly member. And I don't believe he was the speaker at the time, but he's our speaker right now. And so when he reached out during the budget season and said, "Hey Rex, let's go back to the list. Let's see, what we can do to make an impact." We did not know that it would be to this degree. We let them know about the longstanding priorities to invest in youth and children, and we are fortunate that our assembly member stepped up, delivered in a big way. What we have here, and you'll hear about it a little bit later from our parks director, is going to be an incredible playground that's helped set the stage for aquatics and other things that will be the new future to the Ramona Park site. So on behalf of the residents, on behalf of North Long Beach, I want to thank you, and I welcome up Speaker Anthony Rendon.
Thank you, Rex. I appreciate it. It's great to be in Long Beach, a place with incredible political leadership. You know, in politics, there's so many variables that we talk about, and it gets a little bit abstract at times. But right here's the coolest example of why we do what we do. To see two kids playing in a local park, to know that this playground and the improvements at this playground will happen soon because, again, of the advocacy not only of the mayor and the vice mayor, but also our state senator, Lena Gonzalez, who also represents this area, and because of her leadership. So I'm pleased to be here. I'm pleased to be here in Long Beach. I'm pleased to be here in person. First of all, there's a lot of faces during the COVID era that I hadn't seen. So it's good to be here in person after a year of sort of getting past some of the health risks. It's very important, I think, that we use our state revenues to the very go to the very deserving people of the 63rd Assembly District. I'm proud that every single city in the 63rd Assembly District is going to receive funding for facilities and or parks. That's more than $10 million for our cities. These are cities and communities that have often been left behind when it comes to state and federal resources, so I think it's incredibly important. Long Beach will receive $1.5 million of those funds for the playground that you see behind us. Again, I'm very pleased to work closely with Mayor Robert Garcia, a good friend, and Vice Mayor Rex Richardson, a very good friend as well, to help secure these funds. Their advocacy on behalf of their city and on behalf of these communities is impressive and should be noted by all. In a lot of communities, these facilities we know are desperately needed. And we know that in North Long Beach, they were not only needed, but will be utilized again as we see behind us. We had, I think, a tremendous year in Sacramento. Not only our efforts to secure park funds and those types of facilities. I think another thing that we did that was so important for kids was to make sure that we have greater broadband access in our communities throughout California. Also, more locally, our efforts to secure funds for the cleanup of the Exide site, I think, will have long-lasting impacts for residents of this part of the county as well. We're also going to see about $45 million for a new cultural facility for the residents of Southeast Los Angeles, just up the LA River here in Southgate, that folks in North Long Beach will be able to enjoy. I've always said that we have great cultural resources in Southern California, but why go all the way downtown to see a concert? Why go all the way to the West Side to visit a museum? We ought to have those facilities in our communities, and we're going to have those facilities in our communities. Thank you. I want to thank Mayor Garcia and Vice Mayor Richardson for their friendship, for their advocacy, and for their steadfast support for the residents of this community. Thanks so much.
Let's hear it one more time for Speaker Anthony Rendon. Next, we'll have Brent Dennis, our Director of Parks, Recreation, and Marine.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. So welcome to beautiful Ramona Park. Very important public space and gathering area for neighbors and the community. And it's going to get even more beautiful and more welcoming. So as you can tell from the previous speakers' comments, they do really believe in the importance of parks and investing in community. So for that, I want to thank Assembly Speaker Rendon, and our great Mayor, Robert Garcia, and of course, Vice Mayor Richardson for your advocacy and support. 15 months ago, I landed here in beautiful Long Beach from a desert city known as Tucson, Arizona. And my first meeting with the Vice Mayor, my takeaway was, Brent, we need more playgrounds in North Long Beach. So lo and behold, that vision, because it always starts with a great vision, and then of course working together in a collaborative way to see great things accomplished. So just to give you an idea, if you ever get to Drake Park or Los Cerritos Park or Veterans Park, or even out on our beautiful beachfront at Juanapero Beach, we have great examples of what a signature playground is going to be. And $1.5 million is a resource that, if not for the state support, and thank you again, Assembly Speaker Rendon, for this really wonderful investment in Ramona Park. But the two things I want to leave with you, and again, giving an example of how important parks are. Parks really do help build community. It's a park that gathers neighbors together. Sometimes they meet for the first time, and it really builds an important sense of resiliency when tough times occur, or you just need to gather together. To know your neighbor is really important. But also, I believe that parks make life better, and everything that you're going to see sprout from this beautiful park landscape in the coming months is going to prove that. So again, thank all of you for being here today, and thank you for your leadership. I'll turn it back over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brent. Brent spent a lot of time recently in North Long Beach. It feels like it's been groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings every week. Okay, so next we want to hear from our local neighbor, co-president of the Ramona Park Neighborhood Association, who's been a fierce advocate for many years for playgrounds, a dad of twins. Let's hear it for Dale Lauterbach.
Thank you. Prepared speech. Good afternoon, Space Beach. Assembly Speaker Rendon, Mayor Garcia, Vice Mayor Richardson, and those gathered here today, thank you for inviting me to speak on behalf of the residents of Ramona Park. Almost 10 years ago, the Ramona Park Homeowners Group targeted 5 major items we felt needed to be addressed. Paramount of those items was repairing or replacing the playground equipment and the security cameras here at Ramona Park. Today, we are celebrating the launching of a signature playground here in District 9. Parents will no longer have to drive to other parts of the city to have their children experience the joy of playing on new, safe, and ADA equipment. We would like to thank everyone who made this possible within the city of Long Beach, recognizing the past and present staff of District 9, who have been extremely helpful and supportive through the years. The wonderful new playground we're about to receive will serve the kids and families in this community for decades to come. It will be a monument to what a caring, spirited community can get done. Most importantly, it will provide the staff here at Ramona Park a well-deserved tool for use when caring for the children of this community. May this space be blessed by the joy of play and the connections of friends. Thank you.
Let's hear one more time for Dale and the Ramona Park Neighborhood Association. All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, if we can have all of our speakers come join us so we can take our photo.